This is Oldecam.
And this is not a spring chick. There's so much news happening in the world right now.
But it's actually more news than we're able to get up, which is why we're now doing over 50 minutes a day.
Whoa. So, okay, what's the hot topic today? What happened to be?
White House questions the viability of GM and Chrysler, which he did basically to knock the stock bottom out of the stock market today.
Yeah, that would do that.
You got to remember that one of Obama's primary supporters is George Soros, who makes a lot of his money betting on currency and other things.
Oh, you think Soros has anything to do with this?
Well, he probably had a big hand in that today, because they think that Soros is selling short, and if he had advanced knowledge that Obama was going to do this today, Soros could have basically sold short and made an ungodly amount of money today.
Oh, and then they can use the money to help fund the next thing to help support Obama's policy.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess that's what happens when you have a billionaire.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Buffett could have done something like that.
Yeah, but
Buffett believes in the country.
I know, but Soros does. Soros is a money person. That's how he makes money, is selling short. But basically the way it works is they say that only Cadillac and Chevy expected to remain when Obama gets done with his butchering of the company.
Wait. I didn't hear Ford.
No, okay.
Okay. Oh, Cadillac and Chevy, the brands.
Yeah, but they said that Ford is going to be listed as Geithner as too big to fail, so because you can't have a company turning out cars that people might actually want to buy, you have to have a company that's turning out cars that they say that people need. Which means Ford is on their way out too, because they're going to take it over from the government one way or the other.
Well, wait a minute. What happens to the foreign manufacturers that are, like Toyota? Audi?
What was it? I heard Dennis Miller this morning said about Toyota and all those other companies. He said, Mr. Obama said, screw you. Yeah. Basically, your only American companies are going to be welcome to do business in this country. Well, because remember, our government controls who can and cannot work in this country.
Oh, that's true.
And the government is going to own all the automobiles from all our companies. So
they can price it accordingly.
To force you out of the business. They can put massive, because you're turning out cars that they don't approve of, they can stick an X-ray tag.
And that has nothing to do with Toyota being owned by foreign companies, but employing all the people here.
Yeah.
They don't care about that, do they? There's more of a power grab.
It hasn't anything to do with, basically, like they said, I love this, that he said that we need further concessions from union creditors and others before any further loans can be approved. Of course, they're going to give the money anyway, but the pregnant is the creditors would have nothing they have no say in it. And the bondholders, they're pissed off because Mr. Obama wants them to take nothing in return.
What?
They got. See, they would actually get something if we filed bankruptcy. Under Obama, they give up.
See, this is where it really screws up everything. And the financial markets don't like it either
because nobody's going to buy corporate bonds if the President of the United States can come in and say you have to turn over all your bonds.
So remember all those retirement funds that you have that are invested in what they thought were
corporate bonds. They said today, I heard them talking on some of the financial shows, they said anybody in his right mind stays away from anything the government is going to or already involved in, which basically destroys the stock market. But then Geithner said yesterday, don't pay any attention to the stock market anyway, because they aren't going to have any say in how this economy is.
Well, and the biggest challenge is uncertainty for the stock market.
Yeah.
I mean, the stock market, day traders like volatility because it's going up and down, but the stock market, I mean...
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, back to the auto manufacturer.
Yeah, but basically he said that our auto industry is not moving in the right direction fast enough. This direction being towards green automobiles.
But GM was just promoting the Volt, and they pushed up the timing of the Volt.
It doesn't make any difference.
I know.
It's too expensive and nobody wants it.
No, that's part of it.
That is what they cannot get through their thick heads. If you can't afford a car you didn't want to begin with, you're not going to be able to afford the car that you don't want to cost you twice as much as the one you didn't want. That's logic, mathematics. But remember, only people, if not a spring chick's age and mine, actually can add. Mr. Obama basically never learned to add when he was in school.
He went to different schools.
Yeah, basically he underscored the extent of the government now dictating terms to the country's largest corporations.
Well, remember that meeting with the bankers last week?
Where they wanted more regulation.
Which somehow seems
All
right.
their heads are on the chopping block. They all expect to be fired, which is why all the banking stock today tanked.
Well, you know, part of it is not just them. Because not only is the government investing in them and controlling it, they're also saying they can only make $250,000 a year.
That's right.
So,
like they're after the retirement package of Rick Wagner now, which was $20 million. But they said when it configured that most of it was in stock, his retirement package is now $250,000.
Oh yeah, because they take the stock.
Because the stock isn't worth anything.
Oh, that's BS. I mean, part of it is you may not be happy because you think some of these people are making too much money, but I mean,
there's a guy that lost $19 million in a few hours. Mr. Obama did that to his stock.
Yep.
And yet he's going to vilify Wagner. You've met Wagner. He's a nice guy.
But
he's an automotive person. What they're doing is they're putting in a guy from the aerospace industry in charge of the automobile.
What?
Yeah. Basically, because the green cars are going to be more aerodynamically designed.
But that's
they're going. Okay, remember they said the Saab is built by people that build jets. They can't sell the bloody cars because they're too expensive. Most of them are ugly and can't be sold. But I know. But also, you have to understand that Mr. Obama has pledged that the government will back up the warranties on your car. The government can't guarantee that that Amtrak will run on time, which they're involved with. They can't guarantee that you're not going to get your mail through on time anymore. But they're going to guarantee that you can get your car fixed if it's got a problem. Mostly what they'll do is they'll order somebody to fix it.
Oh, is that what they'll do? Okay.
But basically, they said if he can't, they said we cannot continue to let businesses, I love this, we cannot continue to let businesses make bad decisions.
Okay.
That's scary right there.
So here's the scary part. Like you were saying, what was it, O'Reilly was telling his kids?
Yeah, I heard this.
I love this one.
He said, if he had children that were old enough to go on spring break, to forget what I was saying about not going to Mexico. He said, go to Mexico, lose your passport, come in this country as an illegal. The government then will pay for your college education, your home, your lifestyle, which I wouldn't pay for. And he said that's how to handle it now. So he said, forget what he said before because this is a great way to rip off our government.
I mean, here's the crazy part is business people and wealthy people are
they're being vilified, which is normal. Every time that a country is about to be taken over by its leadership, they vilify the business leaders, they vilify all the Jews, they vilify the court system, which we've been doing it on packing the court, we're going to do more.
But instead, if you're an illegal, come
to our country because as Nancy Pelosi says, the illegal aliens are the true Americans.
Well, and the other part is if you're illegal, you can commit all these crimes because then they don't want to do the paperwork and they don't want to bother. They let you loose. They don't want to have you in the jail. They don't want to bother sending you back.
That's right. So you didn't. Any crime you want to commit, Obama says is perfectly acceptable.
You don't even need a diplomatic
if you're an illegal alien.
Oh.
Actually, they're not illegal aliens anymore.
That's right.
They're disadvantaged individuals.
I know. And if you're thinking that we've gone off a rocker,
no, it's what's going on.
Pay attention. It is.
That's the way it is.
And we're not even stretching it.
Remember, after Mr. Obama fired the head of General Motors, he's getting ready to can the people over at Chrysler, and going to personally appoint a new board of directors. What was it he said he had no interest in doing?
Running car companies.
I know. That's called running car countries. I wouldn't want to be an airline like the guys. Maybe they're all leaving today and getting out of this country.
I don't know. He sure looks a lot like that person that says, honestly, I want to tell you. And when they proceed with the word honestly beforehand, they're telling you a lie.
Like I said,
what does it remind me of?
A lot of people have said you thought that Barack Obama was overexposed before. Now watching hustling cars that nobody wants in front of a TV set 24 hours a day.
Well, you know what's upsetting is they still didn't take care of the problem, which was freeing up the credit. If they freed up the credit, people would have been able to buy cars.
People want to buy things, but I mean...
Believe me, they want to buy